your ratings or spiking your sales in the process. John Lennon, he said it best: life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Thank you.
I'm an old fart like Freddie. I haven't been around quite as long, but I've seen them come and go. And as they say in the business, the wheel turns. And I've watched Daniel Glass rise from a local promotion man to a CEO of a company. I've watched Richard Palmese rise from a priest to a president of a company. I watched Donnie Einer rise from a local promotion man to a god. And also Mike Bone at one time came from promotion, was president of Mercury. Bob Sherwood, promotion president of Mercury also. And Phil Q, a wonderful Phil Q. I knew him as a local promotion man in Buffalo, came to my market, and I looked at him and thought, what the hell is this, you know? But Phil Q stands as tall today as anybody in our industry. And the point I'm trying to make is these people have all risen from the top as a local person to CEO, president of these companies. Not only is that should show you if you work hard and have the drive that you can succeed. It's a wonderful success story for these people. But what is greater for me to know is the fact they all came from promotion. I mean, it came from record promotion. It's their life and it's in their guts, and it's like the wonderful speech Daniel made. Show up. I mean, radio used to be that's all you ever heard. At Top 40 radio was the king, and it's just heartbreaking to see radio in the disarray it is today and fragmented. And I'm just hoping that the geniuses in our business, the Alan Burns and the Dan Valleys and Napoleons and so forth, can get this situation righted, and let's get radio back where it belongs. But my main point was to see these wonderful young men rise and become CEOs and presidents. Thank you.
Gwyther received his BA and MBA from Loyola College in Baltimore and his BS from Arbitron. Just kidding. Just kidding, Jay, I'm sorry. But I'm sure you've got a lot of questions. We talked briefly before I came in here, Jay and I, about the new passive meters, the people meters. They look like little pagers. So everybody will wear them. Everybody under the age of 20 will wear them. So let's hear it from the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Gwyther.
I want to take the opportunity to thank Bobby for the invitation to come and speak to this group, because it's not often that we get a chance to really talk to a lot of the program directors, music directors of the stations. We probably spend too much of our time talking to the station managers, general managers, sales managers, and so forth. But what I really wanted to start with, and then obviously in questions can go any direction you want to start talking a little bit about the passive people meter, which is probably going to have the greatest impact in the programming promotion side of the station, as opposed to the sales side of it. To give you a little background, to kind of give you an idea what has happened since we made the announcement in December, and what the next steps are. What we announced, though, in December was a program to develop a passive people meter system by inserting identifying codes in a station's audio channel, both radio and television. And it's a code that cannot be heard by the listener. It's a very low frequency code. But what it can do, it can be detected by a small receiver, and this is actually one of the prototype devices that we've been testing. And that device is designed to pick up the inaudible code if a station is within earshot of listening to the radio. So if there was a radio on playing in the back that I could hear, this device would be designed to be able to pick that up. One concept, though, that we're going to have to talk about that goes along with that is this embedded signal is going to be sent approximately every minute. Right now, the conventional thinking is if I'm listening for 5 minutes, the station gets a quarter hour worth of credit. This opens up the whole possibility of redefining really what listening is. How long do I have to be listening to that station before I'm a listener of that station and I get audience credit for it? So this partnership is really the key to it. It's important that as we go forward, the stations particularly are comfortable with the whole process. Engineers, general managers, program directors, very leery whenever you start talking about toying with the audio signal a little bit. Can this be heard? It might be fine for a music station, for a talk station where there are obviously natural gaps in the conversation. Is a code going to come across? Is this going to give somebody headaches? You know, if they can they sense this code? A lot of development still has to go on it, but we feel that the technology is going to be there. The other issues can be addressed as long as we go forward with everybody on board with the idea, and as long as everybody's comfortable with the direction we're taking on that.
So let's give a hand to Jay Wyther. Thank you. Now we're going to get on with the radio consultants panel. As you all know, it's the radio consultants today in our industry are more powerful than ever. And so this should be a good and an informative session within the industry. And I take great pleasure in introducing the moderator from the editor of Network 40 magazine, Jerry Cagle.
I think it's extremely interesting that Bobby chose me to moderate a panel of consultants, since my programming career was made up mainly of chasing them out of my radio stations and hitting a couple, none of which are on the panel today. But I guess we could say that consultants are probably the most misunderstood